Hi, everyone. Welcome to Prevention Education, the podcast that teaches you everything about prevention. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another Prevention Education episode. I'm Kylie, and I'm a prevention specialist for our PRC. And today I have Edward Mears with me. So, Edward, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Edward Mears. I am the Prevention Resource Center Manager for Preferred Family Healthcare.
Yes. So I'm stoked to have Edward on here today because we're going to be talking about his job and what he loves about it, what he does. So we'll give you a little insight into what that is. But before we get into that, our intro question is, how many rabbits do you think you could fight?
I think I could take at least one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. The other one's going to come up behind you. They're
That's
zippy.
fair.
Yeah, I'm too old to be trying to fight 5 or 6 or 20 rabbits.
Oh my goodness, you're not too old. I think I'd go bold. I'd probably try like 8. I don't
I could
know.
see 8 beating you up.
Probably, but like if you
I've
give me a
seen your
carrot,
hand-eye coordination, and they'd have you on the ground in seconds.
I used to play softball, so
Mhm.
no, I think if they were coming from different directions, that's where I would struggle. But just give me a few carrots to
Oh,
distract them, and
don't
then
stereotype those rabbits. They maybe don't like carrots. I think the
true,
first time you bend down, one of them would have you on the ground.
probably that's kind of true. Or I'd just be so cuteness overload that I just be like, oh, okay, you guys
Unless you get the
win.
little white ones with red eyes.
Oh, those are, yes, no, not
Yeah,
a fan of those at all.
they're evil.
Well, now that we know that I could take on potentially 8 and Edward would not go for more than 1, we can get into our topic. So, Edward, do you just want to state your position again in our prevention department?
So I am the Prevention Resource Center Manager. I manage a team of 5 people, I think it is, that work on various different prevention projects and efforts in the communities.
Yeah, and I'm lucky to be one of those people. Um, so what kind of day to day, what does your job kind of look like? And I know that's a very general question and you have a lot of different tasks, but just to
That is
simplify it.
asking a prevention person what they do is a
Yeah.
question that has not been answered well uh, by anyone who's been doing it for any length of time, because we're such a jack of all trades. We do so many different things to try and like simplify it down to like it's just this that we do is so difficult. We work in communities, we work in schools and organizations. We go where the problem is and educate people. We give resources. We try to come up with plans and strategies, and we help write grants. We help get some grant funding to coalitions. We just do so many different things. We suicide awareness trainings. It just seems like every day we do something different. For me, I come in every day and I got to check in with the people who are running the different service areas, see what they've got going on. There are days I come in and I'm like, am I the only one working here today? Because everybody's gone. Everybody's in a community somewhere doing something. Just yesterday, several of our prevention people went to a library and held bingo and gave away, they weren't giving away like big old prizes. They were giving away like soap and laundry detergent and like food and stuff for bingo prizes out in the community. Just found a need and met it. We do so many different things.
Yeah, which is truly one of the best things about our jobs in prevention is you just kind of go with the flow. Whatever the community needs, you're there for them, you help them.
Hmm.
And you get to do all these super fun things. And it's like
Yeah,
bingo. What other job can you do bingo in the middle of the day, you know?
yeah. Yeah. This summer we held a summer camp at one of the local YMCA's, and we had for several days we went and did activities. We had water sports. We had like a ninja course, and we taught them how to do some gardening and stuff. We built a foam cannon and was blasting kids with foam and stuff and playing kickball. I mean, just getting out there and helping the kids. Um, we
Yeah.
That's just kind of some of the great stuff we do. I would
Yeah.
say probably my favorite part of my job though is that we go and do that stuff and we don't ask for anything in return. And I think that's just kind of the heart of the nonprofit. When you hear people talk about nonprofit organizations, like, we're not doing this to make money. We're not doing this for reward. We want to go in these communities and we want to help them. We want to do stuff and teach them and stuff, and we don't expect them to do anything in return for it. And I
Yeah.
think I love that more than anything else.
Yeah. Very true. And I think that's when kids appreciate it too, and when parents appreciate it is when we're truly just giving them everything we have and giving them all these fun opportunities and activities to do. And then we go back to our office at the end of the day and are just proud of the work that we did,
Yeah, yeah, and that's
which is so
definitely what
fun.
it is. And I just can't. I mean, it's just the best. When I go and help a community get some grant funds to do a summer school project or an after school project, and we sit at the meeting and they just tell us, kind of report out how that's going, or if it's completed, how it went and stuff. And those communities are just like, it is so great that we were able to get this funding and help hundreds of kids get a resource or get something that they would not have gotten otherwise. And I help do that. That's part of my job. I come to work and I get to do that. Is great. I think that's the best part.
Yeah. You're saying that the data and statistics isn't the best part?
Oh no, 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 no. We look at a lot of numbers and stuff to justify what we do.
Yeah.
But it's the actual work that, the kids, they're just, kids need our help with everything. And every chance we can give them, every asset and support that we can show them is incredible. And we do it in 27 counties.
Yeah.
Um, we're the people that get called to come in and help do that stuff. And I think I love that more than anything.
Yeah. Oh, how could you not? Kids are
Mhm.
the best things ever. And just seeing how much joy that we can bring them is amazing. And even the presentations that we do, knowing that it could make a difference in even one of those kids' lives is huge. Like you could
Mhm.
change the way they think about, for example, alcohol. If they have seen alcohol in their family for years, they think it's a norm, and then we come in and say, these are the effects and how it can change you. And that day they decide, I'm actually not going to engage in that. Like that's a huge
Mhm.
win. And that's amazing that we made a difference in one kid's life.
Yeah.
Which, yeah,
Yeah. And the work that it's also the work that we don't even get to do directly. Our presentations, we're in front of them. We're the ones doing the work, teaching them the information. We always tell them, we're not going to tell you not to do something. What we're going to tell you is what happens and let you make an informed decision.
yeah,
That stuff is great, but the work we do with coalitions too. I mean, we're just such a small part of it, but just to hear the results is incredible. Just how many kids were reached, how many kids got something that they would not have gotten otherwise. It's just great.
yeah. I actually did, Edward knows about this, but I did a survey for youth a few weeks ago, and it was very targeted just in one little area of one of our counties. And a lot of the people that took, or a lot of the students that took the survey said that they absolutely love prevention. And it really shocked me because I was like, do they really know about prevention? But they do because they're engaged in one of the coalitions in their communities. And they mentioned how they've been able to share a bunch of stuff with their friends. And they think that they've been able to help their friends to make the healthy decisions that they've made. which I thought was really cool that they've learned all this stuff about prevention and that they were willing to spread it to their friends and not be nervous about, am I still going to be cool if I share this? Or like, will I lose friends if I share this? They were excited to share it. And they were just very thankful that prevention was in their community. And like, how cool is that? That youth are giving us that feedback, saying that they're also happy that we are there and present for them. And if that
Yeah.
doesn't make you proud of your job, then I don't know what does, you know?
It's incredible to me to see how smart these youth are about some of this stuff. Um, I went to a school meeting one time, and the adults in the room were trying to figure out, how do they make prevention work? How do they, get the message out? And there was the president and vice president of the high school, the student president and vice president. They were there, and they just started saying, well, the first thing we need to do is ask questions and figure out what the problem is, and then we need to sit down and see what we have to address it, and then we need to make a plan. And I was just like blown away that, like, this you guys need to all be quiet and listen to this kid. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and that is how you make change. And it just, those kinds of youth just are everywhere. And I love when we can engage them and get them involved, and we just stand back and watch the magic happen, because we don't give them enough credit. And I love watching that kind of stuff unfold.
Yeah. Oh, so true. Empowering them to use their voice is one of the best things that we can do in our job. Because at the end of the day, since prevention's so big in the youth world, the people that are going to have the biggest influence on you are their peers. If their peers are saying something, spreading something, then they're most likely to either engage or not engage with whatever's going around. So, yeah, I think that's a really good point. And we have a few youth coalitions in our service area. I don't think we have as many as we would like. If we had one in every single county, like, that would be amazing. That's a huge
Yeah.
goal, I think. But
Yeah, the hardest part with youth coalitions is you find those youth that are just great and they want to get in there and do it, and they start doing it, and then eventually they graduate and the next one isn't ready yet. And so we kind of lose that group, and we just got to keep finding those youth that want to do it.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, cool. I have a feeling this is kind of going to be a little bit of a series of different people in prevention sharing what they love about their jobs. And I have a really good feeling that it's going to be mostly the youth. And that's kind of the center of what they love about their job. So I'm glad that this conversation has been kind of focused around what you love about your job is helping the youth, helping the community, being there, doing the fun activities, and getting nothing in return. Like, that's amazing. And I think that's going to be a very um, common answer from everyone in our department.
Yeah.
But, well, awesome. Is there anything that you think we missed about your job that you want to share? Or do you think you summed it up and what your favorite parts of it are pretty well?
I think that's pretty well. Of course, the people that I supervise, I love that part too. I see
Yeah, mostly
you're digging
one.
for that compliment there. I do want to say that no bunnies were harmed in the filming of this podcast.
Oh yeah, absolutely none. Nope. I promise we won't harm any in the future either. They are free. They won't fight us. We'll run away if they try. Well, fantastic. Thank you guys for tuning in for another podcast this week. And as always, please tune in next week or whenever the next one is up. Um, yeah, we really appreciate you guys listening to these podcasts, and one person means the world to us if you're listening to this. So thank you so much. And Edward, thank you for sharing about your job and what you like about it, and for just all the knowledge that you gave us today.
No
So thank
problem.
you. And everyone, enjoy your day. And like I said, make sure to tune in next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into our podcast. Remember to follow us on social media at PFH Prevention. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Spotify, and more podcasting platforms. And make sure to email us at moprevention@pfh.org with any questions, and feel free to call us at 660-627-7404. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.